In this lesson, we will learn to find and write numbers on a number line. Our focus will be on mixed numbers, and we will also be reviewing how a number line is divided into parts based on the number in the denominator position. Today's lesson is locating numbers on a number line. But before we can continue with this lesson, we first have to review what a mixed number is. We've studied mixed numbers throughout the school year. But to review, a mixed number is a whole number and a fraction. Some examples below include 1 3/4. The whole number is 1, and the fractional part of the number is 3/4. The mixed number is 1 3/4. 17 1/8. We see the whole number is 17, and the fraction is 1/8. The mixed number is 17 1/8. 5 5/6. The mixed number is 5 5/6. The whole number is 5. The fractional portion is 5/6. The mixed number is 5 5/6. So to review, a mixed number is a whole number and a fraction. 1 3/4 is a mixed number. 17 1/8 is a mixed number. 5 5/6 is a mixed number. The next step is to locate a mixed number on a number line. So let's try our first example of 1 3/4. The denominator is the number that shows how many parts are between the whole numbers. So here you see the number line will be divided into fourths. So we'll begin with 0, the whole number 1, a whole number 2, whole number 3, and a whole number 4. Our first step is to equally divide in between the whole numbers by fourths. So there will be 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, between 0 and 1. Likewise, we see 4 parts between 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. The same will hold true between 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. And again between 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we look at our mixed number and we see that this number is more than 1. So we'll move to more than 1, and we see the fractional part is 3/4. So we'll count 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Our number here, this is the point for 1 3/4. Just for review's sake, let's find all of the ticks along the way. We have 0, and then of course this would be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and we learned another name for 1 could be 4/4, and this would be 1 1/4, or it could be 5/4. That would be another name for it. 1 2/4 could be 6/4, or 1 1/2. Then we have our 1 3/4, that would also be 7/4. And another name for 2 could be 8/4. So we could carry this along all the way down the number line. And we'll just do our mixed numbers. 2 1/4, 2 2/4, 2 3/4, 3, 3 1/4, 3 2/4, 3 3/4, 4. So a little tight. We know that the spacing was not even. In an ideal world, all of the spacing would be exactly even. But I think for this exercise, we understand our purpose. We were looking for the number 1 3/4, and we found that we needed to move past the 1 to 1 3/4. The point on the number line for this mixed number is 1 3/4. The final point to today's lesson, we will use 5 5/6 as an example. But what must be understood is that number lines do not always have to start at 0. So for our next number line, we're going to start at the number 4. So we'll have 4, 5, and 6 as the whole numbers. Again, we look to the denominator to determine how many parts are between the whole numbers. And we can see that there are 6 parts. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 parts between 4 and 5. The same must be true between the whole numbers 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, these are not perfectly spaced, but for our purposes, they will be fine. So back to our mixed number, we see the whole number is 5, and the fraction is 5/6. So we know that this number is more than 5. So progressing down our number line, we'll move from 4 into the 5 range, and then we will look for 5/6. 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. This would be the location or point of 5 and 5/6. So let's be sure, and we'll go ahead and name all of the ticks along the way. So beginning at our whole number 4, we see 4 1/6, 4 2/6, 4 3/6, 4 4/6, 4 5/6, 5. And now 5 1/6, 5 2/6, 5 3/6, 5 4/6, 5 5/6, 6. So again, 5 5/6, the location on the number line is 5 5/6. We're in between the whole numbers of 5 and 6, and our parts are divided equally into 6. So 5 5/6 is located on the number line at this point. A final review of today's lesson. We determined that mixed numbers are made from a whole number and fraction together. We have also found that a mixed number will have a specific point on a number line. The parts of a number line are based on the number that's in the denominator position. So between each whole number, a number line will be divided into parts based on the number in the denominator position.